Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Zigmoto. In today's video we're going to see how to hardtail this bike. There's two options to do in hardtail. So you have the welding option and you have the strut option. Strut being just a bar basically instead of suspension. The welding is in my opinion the best way to do it. The strut is the fastest way. I went the fastest way as I don't have the tools for welding laser skills yet. Also a little bit different option that I selected for the strut is it's an adjustable strut. So we'll see how this looks and what's the difference and what's the advantage of it. Also, if we have time, we'll cut the rear part of the frame where the OEM fender normally stands on, so that we can get it to a closer look to the bobber and to the next stage. Also, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe, support the channel, and let's just get started. Alright, let's see what we have here. Something pretty exciting. So let's open this. Package. So this is what I got from Justin from Motorcycle. I'll put down in the description his Instagram link. Basically I got this from him. This will basically replace the suspension. So one of the reasons why I chose to go for something like this instead of just a simple bar like some other shops offer is basically I want to be able to lift this bike with my motorcycle lift. If I change to a straight bar, then it's going to be so low that there is no way in hell I will be able to lift it with what I have right now. So I decided to go for this. This also give me the ability also to choose the height of how low I want to have this bike go, so that's actually a pretty cool stuff. So I'm just going to replace the suspension with that, and we'll be good to go. And I'll continue to be able to remove the motor. This is actually going to most likely make it a little bit easier because I'm going to be able to lower the bike to the maximum possible, and then remove the motor to a height that is very low. So I can put it on the support that I want to put it on, and start working on that engine. Alright, so make sure your bike is secure, otherwise it would go forward since it's a lot of weight attached. So this is suspension. I'll get it clean and then I'll personally sell this part since I don't need it anymore. So we just need to retire everything. I'm gonna need to check the book
the service manual in order to know exactly the torque. I'm just going to tie it, not too much, and then I will torque it to make sure it's at the proper torque on those things. This is something you should do at all times. So thanks to this strut that is adjustable, what I can do is actually change the height of the bike. It's basically, so for example right now we have like pretty much the size of my fist between the tire and the fender structure. So let's try to get it closer. And you'll see this part basically getting closer, higher, so closer to the frame of the bike itself, because it's two pieces. And you can see I only have the size of my fingers now under. So this is a lot closer, it's not touching. You can adjust basically the strut itself, make it to the height that you want. It's pretty simple as long as you have space to access this. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more space because I need it. And because if I want to remove the bike from the motorcycle stand, I need to be higher in terms of stand, so I need a lot more space here. So that's the strut that I got from Justin of Motorcycle. I'll leave the link to his Instagram down below in the description, so feel free to check him out. And now let's get to the next parts. Alright, so let's continue on removing some parts. I'm just gonna remove this. This is some sort of covers for the chain, so I'm gonna remove that basically. The bottom part had some broken rubber. Not sure part of what exactly. It was probably broke. It definitely broke. I mean, it's no longer rubbery. It's just like a piece of like almost like plastic. Feels like. So I'll need to figure out where that one is coming from. So it's 4 pieces. You're gonna have the bolt with an O-ring. You're gonna have the other part of the bolt and kind of a cylinder to hold everything together. So put in place this back all together, so I don't want to lose those things, and I want to potentially reuse them. It's actually the placement of those two things are really good for a battery, but it's only on one side, so it's only 2 bolts here, not on the other side. So you need to drill some holes or something, make weld something. So let's remove this. Yeah. So this is just the cover of the frame to protect from the chain dirt. But you can see this is really dirty. Still rubbery, so I'm probably going to clean it and reuse it. One thing I noticed is this is the cable that normally goes to the rectifier, and that is on the straddler. So that goes inside the engine where there is a straddler in there. As you can see, the quality of the cable right now, I mean, this is pretty bad. It's really dirty, but also here it's been melted and you can even see the wire in there. So I definitely need to replace that, and I hope I can just replace the wire itself without replacing the strutter if it's still good. So we'll need to see, but this is an issue for sure to fix.
That's going to be it for today's video. As you've seen, I had the time to also cut the frame. One thing about cutting the frame is actually used an oscillating tool, which you use blades for, or you can actually even use it, this tool, with pads, like sanding pads. Super useful tool, got it for like $15–20 I believe, so super cheap as well. If you want to stay in the budget, it's actually super useful. The reason why I didn't go with a grinder is the grinder gives a lot of sparks when you're actually cutting metal. So the issue with my work environment for this project is I have plants next to the bike right now, and it's also safety-wise with an oscillating tool a lot easier. So I decided to go that way. You can use a grinder. You can use just the basic saw as well if you really want to. But that oscillating tool is super useful. You can use it on plastic, on wood, depending on the blade that you have. You can do sanding. There's so much stuff you can do with it. So it's very, very useful tool to have in your home or in your garage. Anyway, super excited. This is the lowest position for right now for the strut, the adjustable strut that I have now installed. Next step is going to be taking care of the engine, also the carbs. First we'll remove the engine, then we'll probably open it or open the carbs, I'm not sure yet, and go from there. So if you want to stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe down below. Also, if you have any questions, comments, feel free also to leave them below the video, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions, and we'll go from there. So I'll catch you next time.